Hey guys, Dr. Dex here. Today I've got some great news, something I've been waiting for. I took a trip over to Germany about a month ago, and Stabila showed us some new tape measures, and they are finally here. I appreciate it very much. They even gave us a really cool display box with their product, but you know what? We can't really use the box. Oops. What we can use are these tapes. So these are my initial first impressions. I'm really glad that they made this face flat, and it may not be for the reason you think. We usually put a tape pad on every tape measure I have, and if this isn't smooth, it goes to the belt sander and gets smooth, because we love to be able to write and take notes on the face of our tape measure. So every tape measure I have has one of these. We'll get into that in a minute, but let's go over some initial features of these tape measures and some first impressions. It feels really good in the hand. It's robust. The one thing that I absolutely love about this 26 footer, these do come in metric as well, but I'm an imperial guy, so 26 feet, okay? So it's a foot longer than a Fat Max. Everything that I give you today is gonna be based on a Fat Max, because that's really all I use. I found it to be one of the best tape measures I've ever used, and I like that particular tape. So this tape measure is going to be put up against what I feel about a Fat Max. No other brand, whatever. I know there's a lot of other tapes, and maybe some of you guys love them, hate them, whatever. That's great. This is just my opinion on it. Okay, so the one thing that is going to kick the Fat Max right now, I can tell you, is this hook. This is going to save you hours. Usually when you put a tape measure on your hip, you got to use two hands. You got to take it, you got to find your pocket, you got to hold your pocket, and then clip it on like that. Now, you get used to doing it. You don't have to look at it, okay? But the whole concept behind the Stabila is you can take this with your thumb and press in on it, and you can hook it to your pocket one-handed. You no longer have to go like this to hook your tape. You can just do it like this, okay? So that's a really cool feature. Even when I'm in frumpy rain gear, I can still find it with one hand, even though my jacket is over my sweats. I can kind of feel it. I don't need to go over and grab it. I can kind of feel it, especially if I look down, okay. Well, right now my jacket's covering my pocket, but there you go. Boom, still one-handed. I think that's gonna be huge. Let's go over the features first, then we'll compare it, okay? So the features, the new tapes are here. I'm gonna go right into that 26 footer because that's probably the tape I'm gonna use the most. This 16 footer is cool, but probably not gonna be my jam. Maybe one of the other guys will try this one out. But this tape here is called a BM300. Extremely durable with plenty of extras. Shatterproof PC/ABS housing with shock absorbent soft grip casing. Okay, you can kind of see it, you can feel it. Push brake for bringing tape to a controlled stop and locking it securely. That's right here. So that's one thing you really don't ever want to do when you're retracting a tape measure, is don't do this. Don't ever do that. Like, especially when you have 30, 25 feet out, don't reel this thing in and do that. That kills your tape measure, okay? So don't do that. What I do is I keep a finger on it and go like that every time. And it just becomes a habit. Don't be that habit, okay? Be this habit. Even crush your finger if you have to. Save your tape, right? You can also, like they said, it has like the ability to take this lever and do that. That's still gonna be a lot better for the longevity of this tape. Okay, rounded Stabila easy clip for attachment to your belt. What they're talking about is this clip right here, which I already talked about. I think it's the one feature that's gonna kick butt on any other tape measure. It's rounded too. So if I'm wearing Cordura, my apron, or my normal block louder gear, this thing's gonna go on real easy. Extremely durable Stabila nylon wrap. So basically it's a steel tape, but it has a nylon, you can kind of hear it. Can you hear that? You can hear the nylon. All right, you can hear it. So it's a durable, we'll see how durable it is. I live in Washington State. It's October. It's gonna be raining over the next 4 or 5 months. When you get rain and dirt and mud all mixed together in one of these, it's a tape killer. So we'll know how durable that coating is here in the next, it's going to take at least 30 days though to really give you guys a good review on this tape. I'm just giving you my initial impressions first. Okay, Stabila spikes coating to help prevent slipping. Okay, cool. Extra large hook makes it easy to hook in various measuring positions. This is a large hook as far as comparison's sake on the Fat Max. I actually prefer a smaller hook. So this is something I'm gonna have to get a little bit used to. It's not overly big, it's just a little bit bigger than what I'm used to. I think I can handle that. The thing is you kind of need a bigger hook. Like let's say you're working on a composite deck board and it has a larger eased edge. Sometimes a shorter hook won't hook as well. I also noticed there's like some rough grit to the inside, which I'm concerned about because I don't know how long that's gonna last. Is this a year? Is this 6 months? Is this a month? We'll find out. I like it though because it does grip. It does have a little bit of grip, more than I'm used to. It also has the ability to catch on both sides, which is kind of nice when you're trying to measure off a joist. And the tape is labeled, identified on both sides, which is extremely nice compared to the Fat Max. But you can see how hammered this one is, and this tape is probably 5 or 6 months old. Okay, to be fair. Integrated eyelet in the hook prevents the tape from slipping. I think they're talking about this piece right here. See that hole right here? Right there? I think like you can hook it to a screw, a head of a nail or something like that. I think that's what they're getting at. Double-sided scale for optimum readability. Just noticed that? Yeah, man. That's pretty cool. Okay, so there's the features of the BM300. The BM100 is a compact housing, shatterproof, push brake, chrome-plated metal clip. So it's not a spring-loaded clip, it's just a standard tape clip. A metal plate to strengthen the start of the tape. I guess right here. This thing's pretty small. You know, I'm not gonna probably use this a whole lot, but maybe one of the guys will try it out. And it's good for compact, small toolbox. A smaller, takes up less space in your apron, that kind of thing. If you're not using 25-footer, we use materials up to 20 feet, so a 26-foot tape is always going to be probably my go-to, a 25-foot, 26-foot. Movable start hook for accurate measurements. Integrated eyelet in the hook prevents the tape from slipping. Cute little guy. All right, they also sent me this 100-footer. That's a winder for those longer measurements. When I'm doing longer rail layouts and things like that, I'll use something like this. It has a quality steel blade with that similar coating on the tape. It has a really nice edge, and it also has a flip down part, which is kind of cool. So you can hook it on the edge of something and this isn't in your way, but it also folds up if you're getting longer measurements. Another thing that's kind of nice is it has a little bit of a, oh, there goes my feature page. A little windy today. It has a spot right here that you can hook to. So if you need to hook to a screw, you can do something like that, which is kind of cool, or a nail head to be a little bit more accurate on your lengths and measurements. So I like that fold away part. That's pretty cool. Again, it's 100 feet long, and then it is compact. The handle folds up, so does the end, so it kind of stays in one unit. So I'll definitely get some use out of that. The one we are going to use the most is this guy right here, this BM300 nylon wrap tape. Okay, let's compare it to the Fat Max. You can see right away the tape is not as wide, which means the standout depth is not going to be as much. I don't know how many people need like a 10-foot standout. I occasionally do, but it's only if I'm lazy and I'm trying to hook something. Usually, instead of walking over and hooking it, I'm trying to reach out to hook something. So we could do a standout test right now and see how we do. It is windy. There's 8 feet. There's 9 feet. Okay, I think about 9'8" is where it broke. Let's do it again. 9'8". Okay, I would say 10 feet. It's probably where they are. In a controlled environment, I'm sure I could get 10 feet. Okay, there's 8 foot on a Fat. It's pretty windy all of a sudden though, so you can see the end of that thing moving around. I'm gonna let it calm down a little bit. There's 9 foot. There's 10 foot. Okay, let's do that again. We might have to do this in my shop one day just for giggles. Like, there's 10 foot. I'm getting about 9'9". What did I say, 9'8" on the last one? Huh. I thought for sure I'd get a more standout on the Fat Max. I really did. Stabila. Good job. Yeah, man, it's not going past 10 feet. Not on this particular tape. Now, to be fair, this is 6 months old. So if I took a brand new Fat Max, I could probably get over 10 feet out of it. But I don't think it's enough to change my mind. Now, as far as size goes, the Fat Max is a little shorter, but it's wider. So obviously, because the tape is wider, that's probably why it is. They're fairly comparable. I would say all in all, the footprint, the Stabila is a little tiny bit bigger, but it's still gonna fit in my tape pouch just fine. And as far as the end clip, it's comparable to the Fat Max, except it does have that grit on it, which I kind of like because it grabs a little bit better on a surface, especially something with a rounded edge like this. This one's barely hanging on, to be honest. So there's your comparison, guys. Time will definitely tell. We'll get a tape pad on this. We'll use this on this job, and I'll give you some small updates here and there through other videos. And don't forget to leave your questions and comments below if you have any. And please don't forget to click that subscribe button. Hit that bell icon to be notified when we're putting out new content. And thanks for watching, guys. Have a great day.